What's good, y'all boys? It's Thick Out 102, and we are back with another video, man. Right here, we got the stats and the season's awards for the franchise. As you can see, for the passing leaders, we got my boy Russ in first. 78 touchdowns to 19 interceptions, 70% completion. Pause if you want to go through the rest of the guys. Rushing, you got Christian McCaffrey up top, then Ronald Jones, Alvin Kamara, Austin Eckler. Receiving right here, you got DJ Sharp been going crazy. You got Cal Pitts and Marquise Goodwin. You see right behind him in fourth is Joe Mixon with 1,600, and Jakeem Grant is somewhere on there, right there with 1,500. As you guys can see, our offense was just crazy this year. Defense, we got my boy Rudy Ford leading it off. Yes, sir, man. That was the user the entire year. Sucks I couldn't get him upgraded to superstar, but it is what it is. I don't think we have anybody else on there, but yeah, that's it for defense. And right here, MVP. I mean, was it even a question? Led his team to 17-0, had a historic year, went crazy. You guys can see the rest of the guys that was in that conversation. You saw Garden was number 10, our safety, who was one of our edge rushers. Coach of the year, obviously, Sean McVay second. You got the Panthers, they finished 13-4. Right here, offensive player of the year. We got my boy Russ, then Ronald Jones second, Baker Mayfield. You see Jakeem Grant at 7, defensive player of the year. We got a couple guys on here. We got Rudy Ford first, Rashawn Gardner second, and Sean Murphy Bunting third. So I might not have had too many superstars on the defense, but as you guys can see from these things, they were just balling. I don't think we had any rookies on here. Okay, we had one. I'm not even sure what position he plays. I don't know who that dude is, but I guess he was balling too. At 79 overall doing his thing. Okay, I'll take it. Then you can see the AFC players right here. Just going down that one kind of fast because you guys might not be too familiar with those players because I didn't play too many AFC teams. Then right here you got defensive player of the years. But yeah, man, I'm not posting the week 18 game over here on YouTube. I'm posting that on TikTok. So you guys want to go watch that, go look at the TikTok, Stick Out 102. I'm sure most of you already followed that. That's where most of you are from. And it will be labeled Follow the Franchise Week 18 if you want to check that out. Right here, you just got the standings. We finished first, of course, got the first round bye in the NFC. The Ravens finished first in the AFC, second in the NFL, got the first round bye over there. There you go. You can just see the X and Y. This pretty much means they won their division or they're a playoff team. Going through right there. Colts was a sleeper team. He joined the league late. He joined on a 2-5 team and brought him around and made it into the playoffs. That's a crazy turnaround. Cardinals did the same thing. He joined super late. He brought his team. He beat the Seahawks. They were both 10-6. He beat them to make sure he secured his spot in the wild card. So, and right here, just the team stats. You guys can see our offensive stats was crazy, man. We were averaging, I want to say, 48.9 points per game, almost 50 points. Defense, we had a number 1 defense in the league as well. Only gave up 250 points, 72 sacks, and 60 interceptions. Man, it's all about creating turnovers. We got the playoff bracket next, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we got that right here. You guys can see the Saints beat the Bears. We haven't played the Saints yet, but from what I've heard, they're pretty good. You got the Giants beat the Eagles. The Panthers beat the Cardinals, and we'll be playing the Saints because they, number 1 will play the lowest seed. So the Saints is the lowest seed that won. They're number 5. We'll be playing them next, and then the other side will be the Panthers versus the Giants. And then on the other side, those games, the Chargers won, and then the Colts won, and then the Broncos beat the Dolphins. So that's what will be happening over there. Here's just the Saints roster. And if you guys let me know, in future franchises, I was thinking about just showing you their roster, like every team's roster before we play. Unless I do like a regular team, then I won't show it unless there's been some big trades. But let me know what you guys think about that, just so you can know what players they have, what they're rocking with before we get into the game. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all the stats and stuff like that. Let's get into this divisional game against the Saints. I read the scouting report. He said he ran, I want to say maybe it was like 40% of the time. So for the most part, I was playing big nickel on these shorts down because nickel 3-5 wide run defense just isn't very good this year because you can't shoot gaps. Right here, we hold him to a 3rd and 8. I didn't even see his running back come out the backfield, so that was just bad user by me. Everything else was bad. On 2nd and 7, we screamed. Everything was in a snuggie. Great coverage. We almost get the sack, but we don't. And then right here, he rolls out that wheel route to Kareem Hunt, just gets wide open. He was loving Kareem Hunt, not gonna lie. One of his first reads was like his tight end and then his running backs first. And if he couldn't do that, then he was running the ball. He was coming out some crazy formations, a bunch of pistols things, and I think he ran a triple option. Just right here, just terrible user tackling by me. That has to be a sack every time. He's out running in my safety with Baker Mayfield because I'm diving too early. He cooks up a nice dot. He's driving pretty easily. Right here, we decided to run cover 2 just to change it up, just to see if we can get a stop. Have most people attack the middle in the red zone, so we'll have all our zones right there. I set a spot just to be safe because I could tell that if he gets a seam, he'll roll out with Baker, and right here he comes out empty. So I'm trying to set up my defense. I go to man, and I just was not expecting that play call at all. He runs the QB draw, so he had a pretty great first drive, pretty methodical. He drove down the field pretty easily. So like I'll always say, the first drive of defense is the hardest one because you don't know exactly what your opponent's going to run. It helps a little bit in franchise because you get those little scouting reports and your little weekly training thing. But like I said, after that, you can kind of get a feel for what they're running. But we get on offense, and I'm like, okay, looks so far he's running a lot of man coverage. So I'm setting my drags, setting my underneath routes. Right here, we dump it off to Jakeem Grant. I was at first looking over top just to see if Marquise Goodwin cooked him over top. He was covered, so we just dump it off, take our easy yards. And I'm like, hey, if he's gonna run man the whole game, I'm fine with that. For the most part, I don't think anybody's gonna be able to beat me just running man. Right there, he changes it up. We hit Joe Mixon, my safety valve, and he is balling for me. He's been hurrying the ball up a lot because honestly, I just don't feel like he can stop me. We go to the flood play, outright to Marquise Goodwin, wide open. We both scored pretty easy on our first drive, and after seeing the defense, I'm like, we need one stop. And right there, that could have been it. He just threw it up in coverage. But I guess that's Amari Cooper, and he catches it over us. Come on, man. When I play good defense, you got to reward me with my stop. Right here, he tries to tighten in delay. We're there with our user, but Adams can't make the play. What else do I got to do? And again, we're all over the screen. Rudy Ford somehow misses that interception. And, at this point, I'm kind of tilted because I'm like, there's no way this drive is still going. Right here, he comes out and runs a shovel option. He has Breida. I don't know why he has Breida on the bench because I'm pretty sure Breida's like 94, 95 speed. Kareem Hunt's good and all, but you can't beat speed in Madden. But he has Breida and Kareem Hunt coming off the bench, and then he has this formation where he can run with either one of them. So he had like definitely a different type of offense. I'm used to playing passers, especially in this franchise. Most people were passing, so this was just something to see. It's right there. We shoot the gap. It's second and goal, and right here his guys bumped into each other. He had the other dude wide open because my guy bumped him off the thing, and that one just slowed Amari Cooper enough down for Maddox to get the pick. Bad read by him, but I will take it. And right here, I don't know what coverage that was. I don't know why his guy was so far up, but you cannot do that against this offense. These boys are too fast. We hit Marquise Goodwin, and he is out of there. Right there, he runs the read option, and come on, you got to give me a fumble. That's Baker Mayfield, man. That's so tough. We click on, we can't get there fast enough. I probably should have went for the hit stick, but I was just greedy, trying to get another stop. We're here, 1st and 10. I tried to bait him, seeing if he was going to throw the curl, but he hits Breida. Luckily for us, Maddox makes a great open field tackle because Breida that man's fast. I ain't going to lie, he's a speedster. He hurries it up. I'm going back to this cover 2, and I'm like, okay, he's just loving attacking the middle. I put the guy in the spot just to watch Baker. And right here, man, everything is in a snuggie, and he throws it right at my user. It's just this game, at this point, I went from tilted to heated, I'm like, there's no way. I should have stopped him so many times. I felt like I should be winning by way more than 7 at this point. And again, I bait him. He did that same route combo he did earlier. I go to the same bait, and he throws it right at Rudy Ford, and we don't get any animation. I press triangle at the perfect time, and just absolutely nothing. He scores after that, ties the game up. I'm kind of off tilt, kind of off my game. Right here, we're trying to get sticky on the return. We had one man to beat. If somebody would have picked him up, we would have been gone, but we couldn't. Right here, we hit Marquise Goodwin. Looked like he was playing match coverage right there because it was zone, but then the guys were just matching on the routes. It's 2 minutes left. In the playoffs, I get a little bit more sweaty than I did during the regular season because, you lose, you go home. You're playing for some stakes right here. And so I'm getting the goal line. No, this is out from close, excuse me. And I'm running the clock out. I'm making this the last drive of the first half. I'm honestly fine with taking 3. I say that, but you guys will see it a little bit. Obviously, I wasn't. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm getting a little bit more sweaty because, last year I did 3 follows franchises. The first one I did the Rams. Second one I did the Lions. That was with regular team. Second one I did the Steelers. Both the first 2 was fantasy drafts. And the third one I did the Lions, which was the regular teams. So I won the Super Bowl in the Steelers one and the Lions one. But I lost with the Rams in the Super Bowl. I got beat by like 21. So I've always been wanting to come back, do another franchise with the Rams just to redeem that. So I'm kind of locked in, sweating. So I'm running the clock out. You see, he's calling his timeouts. He should have used 2 more timeouts. Should have called timeouts right here just to make sure he could try to get some points because I get ball going into half. And honestly, just having that one possession lead and then getting ball back is just so tough in this man because it's so hard to play defense. Right here, we go right back to that flood play. He's been having so much trouble stopping the out route. We can't get our feet in bounds. It's 5 seconds left. We try to make something happen. Everything was in a bag. 5 seconds left once again. I should have just took my 3, man. I got way too greedy down here. I'm thinking it's going to be zone again. I had triangle. I wasn't even looking that way. Right here, I throw a terrible read just trying to force something. And luckily for us, Sims makes a tackle, because if he would have got the pick right there, a pick 6, that would have gave him so much momentum. So great tackle by my boy Sims. Appreciate it right there. We're getting the ball back, you know. The game's tied. I don't feel like I'm playing bad in any way. I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to on offense. I just made a stupid mistake on that last drive. I feel like I'm playing good defense. I should be getting stops, but I just can't get my interceptions when they come to me. And right here, you can't rush 2, man. If you give somebody all day, something's going to come open. We hit Mixon, hit him with a little whoop. Okay. He might not be the fastest running back, but he is fast enough, and he gets up out of there to the crib. Yes, sir. We're up 7. I'm like, come on, one stop. That's all we need. He hits it to him. He throws it a little bit late. That's why it goes out of bounds. Right here, we send the pressure. You know, that's something I feel like I wasn't doing enough. I wasn't blitzing enough. So right here, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to blitz, and I'm going to see if he can make reads. He blocks everybody right there. And I don't know if you guys saw, my user got stuck. Like, it literally would not let me run backwards. He was like stutter stepping forward. I don't know if that's a glitch or something they added. But anyways, he goes for it on 4th and 5. I double flat the outsides. I'm like, I'm going to guard the middle myself. All his things were out breaking routes, so it was in a complete snuggie, and we get the stop we need finally. We get the ball back, and if just we play halfway decent on offense, we'll be fine. Right there, I get a little sticky with Russ, but that was dangerous, man, because quarterbacks fumble a lot, even on them ankle tackles. Luckily for us, he didn't fumble. We're on the 5-yard line. I got to make sure I don't do what I did right before half. Get some type of points right here. We go back to this flood. Tight end is wide open, and you know we gotta style a little bit. That was a little toxic, man. Not even gonna lie. I was kind of tilted the fact that it was a close game. Right here, he spins right into a hit stick. We take his head off, and again, like I said, I was a little tilted that the game was close. I didn't feel like it should have been that close. I felt like I was playing a lot better than a 14-14 game, and then I mean he didn't learn his lesson. He wanted to eat another hit stick. Right here, everything is bagged. He tries that same route combo. I'm like, no, sir. Bunting breaks on it, and that is a easy pick. Give me those. Yes, sir. So much defense. Right here, we try to run the pitch, and come on, Cottrell. You got to make that block right there. It would have been one man to beat. For some reason, he comes out in goal line against Bunch, so I'm like, there's no way he's going to get back there. I highball it just to make sure, and I will take it. Right there, he's running the ball. I'm like, I'm completely fine with you running the ball. It's 14-42. You know, you're not going to come back doing that. Just a little slow on my user. We don't get the pick. He decides to hurry it up. I guess he sees something he like. I don't know. I feel like everything was in a bag. I'm hopping in dollar right now because he was streaming his game. So a lot of playoff teams were still watching it. So I didn't really want to give him a good look at my base defense any longer than I had to. So I was just hopping in dollar, just honestly practicing that at the same time and just disguising what I'm going to be doing so they don't get a beat on all my tendencies and stuff like that. You know, I most definitely would have been using that same opportunity to look at the other playoff teams if they were streaming. It's right here. We're in dollar. We're sending the dogs. He's picking it up pretty well. He's blocking everybody, and just everything's in a snuggie. I hesitate on my user. I was breaking back. I was this close to it, and I was like, nah, he's not going to throw that. And then he still threw it. But, hey, we make the tackle. And right here, man, I want y'all to see this play. We send everybody. We get adjusted. We man up the left side. We leave that deep zone over there to the right. I hop on the corner. That's usually in the flat. I'm sending, what is this, 8 people right here? 7 people. We get instant pressure. He's rolling out 15 yards deep with Baker Mayfield and somehow makes that throw. And he decides to celebrate. He goes for 2. We take his head off. He picks it up, of course, and gets it. So I'm like, hey, you want to celebrate? I'm going to celebrate too. You want to be toxic? I'm going to be toxic. Let's get it, man. As right here, he runs man coverage. Everything's bad. But like I'm saying, he has his thing set on contain quarterback, which they'll contain the quarterback really good, but their pass rushing gets worse. That's one of the trade-offs. So if you only excuse me, I'm losing my voice. If you only send 3, then I'll have literally all day right there. I feel like that was a good pass. He just couldn't hold on to it. He's running that man. You cannot guard Joe Mixon like that. And I know y'all saw my boy Sims up there taking people's head off, blocking for his guy. That's the type of football players I like on my team. Yes, sir. Right here, we get our tight end a little bit involved. He hasn't been doing much this game. He has that 1 touchdown pass, you know. For the most part, hasn't been doing too much. But, hey, when we need him, we'll find him. Right here, we take off a rush. I make somebody miss. You know, I'm trying to get toxic. I'm celebrating. And we fumble. I just need to chill out, man. I can't get off my game plan. I can't get off tilt in these future games. That's how you lose games. Right here, he takes off with Baker. Then after this, he says he lagged out. You know, he said, I can just go and take the win. I'm up 20. We both know he's not going to come back. So that's the GG's, man. Next week, we're going to be going up against the Giants. They upset the number 2 team in the NFC, the Panthers. They got Patrick Mahomes back there looking pretty good. And I'll see y'all.